here to raise awareness about black men's mental health, but also to celebrate the role of the barbershop as a healing space for black community, and black men in particular.
Speaking of the black community and black men in particular, how vital is this for young people?
Yeah, no, it's so vital, man, because, you know, when we look at statistics, you know, black men in particular are disproportionately affected by mental health. We're overrepresented within mental health, poor mental health, but on the flip side, we're least likely to go and seek help. You know, we're least likely to go to see professional services, and so this event is really vital because we're showing alternative spaces of healing. You know, we're creating a safe space for black men, and we're bringing that here.
Where did the idea originate from, and what are you aiming to achieve?
Yeah, the idea, you know, I was just at home, and I was thinking it'd be a really dope idea if we could bring a black barbershop into a kind of a white institutional space, and really, you know, take up space and create a space where black people, black students in particular, be walking past and they'll see a space where they belong, and see a space where they can go to and link with the community of Sheffield. I realized that a lot of the students, the black students at the University of Sheffield, they don't really know the black community because they're often from different cities. So when it comes to getting a haircut, they don't have to go back to the city that they come from, whether it be Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham. So this is about bringing them to the black community and showing them our spaces and getting them connected with our community.
Many people see young men or young black men going to the barbershop. Sometimes people just think it's just for the haircut. But I think there is more than the haircut, isn't it?
No, it's way more than that, man. Like, this is a place where, from being young, I've grown and I've learned and I've seen what it means to be a man. You know, we've had really strong conversations and reasonings at barbershops. It's a place where you go debate politics and sport, and most of all, it's a safe space. And safe spaces are important because that's where healing can occur.
Coming back to today's event, I can see so many people having haircut, people chilling. What does this mean to you?
No, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I think Sheffield is definitely a turning point where the community, the black community, is coming together. We're getting stronger. You know, the younger generation are connecting with the older generation, and it's nice to see a turnout, man. It's nice to see people coming in here and being part of this. You know, it's not about me, it's about our community, and so it's nice that we've showed up collectively.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first one of its kind in the city. Is this going to be a one-off, or is something that you're aiming to continue?
Yeah, no, it's the first one, but first of many, man, because this is just not the only event that's happening. You know, there's other events that's going on in Sheffield. You know, there's stuff going on at Fades. We've got SACHMA doing their thing. So this is part of a collective movement, and that momentum is going to keep on going. We're going to keep on getting stronger. They can't stop it.
And this is all part of mental health, isn't it? So what would be your message today to anyone who is suffering from mental health?
I would say, you know, healing occurs in a community, and seek your community for healing. If going out and seeing a therapist is not your thing, that's okay, you know. Like, we can also find healing spaces that aren't within professional institutions, whether that's going to the barbershops, whether that's going to play football, speaking with your friends and your family. I would say speaking about things, and also realizing that it's okay to feel a certain way, you know. We live in a society where we are marginalized. We're told every single day that we're not worth a lot. So also recognize that, you know, you're not the only person feeling this, and we can come together as a community and we can work this out and we can heal from it.
It is. It's difficult for black men to talk about some of those issues, and I think health promotions or health approaches that are not meeting the needs and intersectional needs of black community kind of always leaves out black men's mental health, and seeing that young people's suicides and the number being created through COVID, the number going high, and the fact that majority of services are actually culturally incompetent to deal with mental health issues amongst the black men in our communities. And so it's time that we do use the natural, traditional and heritage services that we have to highlight some of those things, and this is one of it. I'm so proud of them.
And yourself, you are a former councillor. You used to be where the decision used to be made, you know, and many a times people or black people think sometimes the decisions that are made for them, or some of the kind of like the facilities that are there, you know, they don't represent them. Do you think events like this will kind of like raise awareness and also highlight some of the problems or issues that young black men have?
Yes, I think some of the decisions that are made, whether it's through motions or amendments or policies, if they're missing out black communities' voices, that's actually more violent than anything else that I can think of. And yeah, so having these kind of events will highlight. And we do, in our black communities, we do a lot, but it's not being highlighted because there are lack of funding for some of these organizations. There are lack of promotion for these services that we do. And we need to invest in our community. And I think those who are making decisions, you can hear me now, you need to invest in those services to make sure that our communities have a equal and equity in the services that are provided in the city. We know the Race Equality Commission highlighted a lot, and yet we still not met those as a city as well. And this is some of the things that we do as grassroots level communities, and I think this kind of services need to be supported if you want to meet the needs and remove the structural racism in the city from services.
So today we're at Pop-Up Barbershop. It's hosted by my friend Macole Lannaman, who is growing as a big figure in our community. And today it means a lot to kind of bring the black community here in a space for everyone. What I like about it is that it's placed right in the middle of the university as well as the Students' Union. So kind of everyone who's not a part of this culture can come and experience our energy and kind of see what it means, the black barbershop, and how important it is to the black community as well.
As a young man, what does the barbershop mean to you?
For me as a young man, well, I mean, I like to look nice as well, so it's one of those things. But bigger than that, I think it's an open space to conversate. It's a space to kind of, almost in a sense, sometimes you can learn as well in it. You can kind of be yourself, you can be free with your opinions, listen to other people's opinions as well, which is what I think is quite a key aspect of it. And it can be just quite a therapeutic place, you know. You get to leave here looking nice, but as well as that, you get to kind of leave here with different perspectives, new opinions, and also kind of just let your voice out as well in a safe space.
Earlier I saw so many of you being sat there talking about different topics, different things, you know. Does that kind of reflect what happens in the real barbershop?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. As you can see, like, what's beautiful is today we obviously got a mix of kind of like women and guys as well. Women who aren't always in the barbershop, so this is kind of taking a step further because we've got kind of like both genders here, so we can kind of like express ourselves in both ways as well. But it's so representative, you know, like you see here, it's like people waiting for a haircut, people come here just to like sit, to listen, to communicate, and as you can see, like everyone's just happy and in a safe space, just being themselves. So I think that's definitely representative.
Today I came out today because I've been invited here today to come and support the black community, which I'm happy to do. You know what I'm saying, as usual. You know what I'm saying, anything to help my people, I'm here for it. You know what I mean, 100%. And I got called today to come and like do some haircuts, like some charity haircuts type of thing. So free haircuts for everyone. Obviously, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying, happy to. So I was happy to help, really.
I came to represent SACHMA. In SACHMA we deal with people with mental health, so I came to represent the black community to make people aware about the mental health issues that are happening in black men. Most black men don't always say what is on their heart, but when you come to a barber and make a haircut, you have a little talk, you feel relaxed, and it helps like really mentally. That's why I'm here, to represent SACHMA and to be part of the awareness of mental health issues happening with black men. Right. Speaking of SACHMA, for those who don't know what SACHMA does, can you just tell us what SACHMA does?
Okay, SACHMA basically, it deals with people with mental health issues. It represents the black community, mostly it's a black Caribbean community, which has people like who are struggling with mental health, or people like live independently, people who have been in mental hospitals. We go, like what we normally do, we find people in the hospital, but by NHS and other organizations in Sheffield. We help the people who are struggling with mental health, know them. When they come into the community, we help them to live independently, like help them in housing benefits, like getting speaking to different advocates to help them like come back to their feet and live independently.
I'm here to mainly support. I haven't seen this many black people before in this university, so also just catch that sort of vibe, you know.
Does this kind of like tell you there are like so many black people in this university, just that probably there is no space for them where to interact?
Yeah, so that's what I really like about this space. It actually brings people together. We've spoken about mental health, we've spoken about the importance of these like specific black spaces to us. It would be nice to have a women's one at some point, wink wink. And yeah, so it's just nice to see all this. I hear the music that you hear all the time. Like, you know what I mean, just catch a good vibe. I don't know how to explain it.
Talking of a good vibe, so it looks like the only comment here, the only thing that's missing, there is nothing for the ladies.
I wouldn't say it's missing necessarily. I don't think that's what the purpose of the event is. I'm just saying I would really like to see a woman's version. Maybe not today, because today is the men's version, but at some point in the future, a woman's version. Maybe like a workshop for understanding like black hair and how women do our hair and stuff. Because it's such a pillar of, like, it's such a big part of black women's identity, but it's not something that every black woman contends with very well. So being able to learn skills and stuff about your own hair and do things like that, and then also just meet other women and like-minded people will be really good. In the same way that this event is really good for black men.
I've spoken to a few young people who told me they see the barbershop as a healing space.
Yeah.
And earlier I saw many of you being sat here talking. What were you guys talking about? Is that the same thing for women when they meet into the hair salon?
Pretty much, it's the same thing for women. Like we have common interests. We understand each other. We understand each other culturally. We can talk intellectually. We can talk emotionally. We can talk about many different things. So it is sort of like a healing space in that sense. It's a networking space. It's a place to get to know other women and, I guess, yeah, make new connections and new friends.
We're just doing a little community work and promoting ourselves and helping out the community. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Speaking of helping out the community, many people see barbershops or barbers as a healing space, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How do you feel knowing that many people in the community see your services as very vital?
Yeah, I feel proud about that, you know, it's a good thing, but, you know, yeah, it's just like helping out people and enjoy cutting hair. So yeah, this is it.
And this is all done today as part of Mental Health Awareness Month. So what would be your message today to anyone that will be watching your interview?
Don't be scared to talk out about your problems and make sure you just, you know, keep it real. That's all I can say.
Right. Keep it real. Young man, you're having your hair cut yourself. Yes. Not only are you looking good right now, but how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. It's very nice of everyone here to give back to the community and help out the students here, giving out free haircuts, and they make a good point with mental health awareness. Students tend to get quite stressed with deadlines and whatnot, and just the life, and yeah, just a reminder that if anyone's struggling to open up, it's good.
It means community, man. It means togetherness. It means another step forward into the right direction of addressing mental health issues within our community. The barbershop's been a sanctuary for us for before time, really, as a place to kind of connect and unite and, you know, alleviate some things. So yeah, it's a perfect space. We've got Andrew and Kevin have been here, legends in the game in Sheffield. Macole's doing a very good thing on the ground. Shout out Alex Mason as well for making it happen.
Does this kind of like reflect what happens in a real barbershop?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously the conversations, whilst you're getting yourself a trim or just as you're waiting for like a trim, you're conversating, having a chat, and it does just reflect a natural organic space where people can come and commune and just talk. Yeah.
Talking of talk, this is done as part of Mental Health Awareness Month, in order to raise awareness about mental health, in order to encourage men to talk or black men to talk. Yeah. What would be your message today to young black men?
I'll be honest, there's a lot of safe spaces to actually have these conversations in. Even if it's not a barbershop and it's like your bedrooms all, so you're just mingling and you're just in a place where, you know, isn't, you know,
how do you say it, in a place which isn't seen as like a therapeutic space, you know, make it your therapy yourself. You know, change that space to make it a comfortable room to kind of talk amongst yourself and, you know, reason and exchange ideas. So I mean, it's important to share, you know, it's important to share.
Sometimes we are seen as people who don't talk and also who don't follow like the therapeutic sessions, as you call them. But does it mean like, it's like we do talk, but it's the space where we talk that people don't know about?
Yeah, of course, like the barbershop, specifically is a place where we'd come talk about, even if it's football, if it's relationship, if it's work, if it's career, whatever it looks like. These spaces have existed, like I said before, for a very long time, so it might not be the traditional space that would, you know, maybe advise someone to go to for therapeutic intervention, but it's definitely, it exists, it's here. Do you know what I mean? So,